Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with Amateur League Tournament Weekly. This is 141th week when this is taking place, and we are back on the finals, and yet again we are having finals Protoss versus Protoss, because it is what it is. And for your attention, in the first game of best of 5 grand finals, we have in green colors Protoss player named Bobson, and his opponent on the opposite side playing blue color Protoss pieces, we have SmiteSteelUA. The openings look very similar. I'm saying it's once again very similar finals. It's because it indeed is. Let me adjust the sound a little bit here. The music I think is too damn loud for me, so I don't start shouting in the middle of the night, because it's middle of the night. Okay, they are going for double gateways. Actually, these guys have been in finals, I believe 114th. I think it was one of them versus Ursagor, and then the other one was with whatever. Anyways, these guys have been playing in finals, they have been playing Amateur League tournaments, and they actually did met in semifinals. Give me a second, let me check what was the score. The semifinal score was 2-1 in favor of SmiteSteelUA. So there you go, that's what was the score there. And here we have the openings, quite mirrored openings, and there is already Bobson sending his probe to block the natural, and the SmiteSteel's probe is already here to block the natural for the opponent here on the top right side. They both are opening stalkers, they both are going for warp gate research first. SmiteSteel actually is blocking ramp with pylon and then blocking natural with pylon. What is Bobson doing? Oh, he's just walking around easily, no problem. There is stalkers already out, already chasing the probe away, and the probe has died. Bobson has his own stalkers. This pylon I believe was cancelled. Did Bobson get that probe from the SmiteSteel? No, he did not. SmiteSteel is checking if there is any proxies possibly, and he's dropping down the natural. Well, the naturals actually come down pretty similar timing. Only difference is that SmiteSteel drops down his Twilight console. I believe there is a cancellation of pylons for SmiteSteel, and losing the pylon is a little bit more expensive than losing a probe here, so that little advantage might be coming play. Who knows? There is a sentry for Bobson, and he is sending hallucinated Phoenix to scout what kind of stuff is going on opposite side, and he's going for Twilight Council himself. He has double sentry, triple stalkers ready for the action, for the defense if that's needed. And the Phoenix is scouting out that there is shield battery in the mineral line, and the research of Warp Prism has finished. Meanwhile, SmiteSteel actually is proxying Gateway and Dark Shrine with a pylon on the top left corner of the map. This proxy is really far from Bobson, but then again, it's a proxy, it's hidden tech, which is good, at least for SmiteSteel, as long as it's not been found fast enough and catches Bobson out by surprise. SmiteSteel sends his probe towards the third base of Bobson, which Bobson is actually collecting resources and dropping. Why did he cancel? I think he thought that it's misplaced, but it's not. These are going to finish, and Bobson actually sends Phoenix perfectly to what was there. Did he notice? Did he pay attention is the question. He's going for Blink, and he is starting RoboBay. He's actually sending his units straight up towards the top left corner. the question is what SmiteSteel will manage to get. He managed to get 2 Dark Templar out. There is no revealance, no possibility to see the invisible units. So this proxy is under trouble, and there is 2 Dark Templars already sent. Actually 3 was warped in, and 2 of them are sent additionally to the main base probably, and to the natural of Bobson. And Bobson is trying to get out the robotics facility, which probably first thing first that will be made will be observer, and it will be chrono boosted. Now the Dark Templars are trying to get down the robotics facility. They're pretty strong, so looks like they might actually succeed. And yeah, the robotics was denied, and then comes the natural. Bobson did kill all the buildings on the top right corner, so no more proxy possible. And Bobson cleared his main base and his natural from probes and allowed DTs to actually take down the base over here. What can he do to reveal stuff? No, he can, yeah, he's just trying to get the probes here to safety. He sees that the Dark Templars are here. The robotics facility is almost done. That's really close. There was a trades over here where Bobson actually did go for attack. Sorry for missing that. But there is no third for the SmiteSteel. He has the natural fully mining, but no third and no natural for Bob also right now. He's trying to block off the ramp with the Stalkers and with the pylon. I don't think pylon will survive. Will the observer spawn? Yes, observer is here, and units finally see the Dark Templars over here. I think the Stalkers have the blink, no? Okay, he's losing too much probes, I think, for this attack, but there we go. Okay, what are the situation? There was 9 workers killed by SmiteSteel with Dark Templars, 3 workers killed by Bobson. The army wise, SmiteSteel is already in front. He's going for charge upgrades, he has Immortal out, and he is preparing shield batteries for the potential attack, while Bobson is behind on like by 14 workers. The SmiteSteel, yeah, Bobson is behind by 14 workers, but he's rebuilding his natural and third base right now. So, and he's also researching charge and going for immortals to be ready for potential attack, which might be coming. There is a lot of sentries being made here by SmiteSteel, warping in. And some little gateway explosion here to have some more units being able to warp in. Bobson is sending hallucinated Phoenix to scout out what kind of units are on the other side. The army supply still is in favor on SmiteSteel. The worker count slowly is starting to slow down. The difference is slowly slowing down, and actually, yeah, the SmiteSteel is going for War Prism, so he is planning to go for attack. Since he is on 2 bases, he's not planning to take his third. He has no idea if Bobson retake his third or not. Bobson is kind of seeing with the Phoenix the move out. I think there are some Stalkers being warped in, but the army difference is in 20 supply. There is 2 immortals here for the SmiteSteel. There's only 1 for the Bobson. He's dropping down shield batteries only now, which might be actually too late if Bobson decides to come in, and he does. Here comes the fight, the battle, which could pretty much the game, yeah, decide the game, and SmiteSteel actually takes game number 1 with this push. I hope they did it right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the second game of the finals of Amateur League weekly tournament, which is taking place weekly, almost except once 1 weekend per month, 1 Sunday per month. And today we are looking at Protoss vs Protoss finals, best of 5. And this is game 2. After this guy, SmiteSteel, Freedom House SmiteSteel, did take game number 1, and he was playing against, and still is playing, and gonna be playing against Bobson, which is here in green colors, also playing Protoss. So that's the blue color Protoss, and that's the green color Protoss. And yeah, the first game, SmiteSteel did go for proxy. He managed to squeeze out the Dark Templars, but unfortunately for Bobson, he didn't manage to have any units that could reveal those invisible man, which were killing down all the possibilities for the Bobson to actually reveal them. So that was quite pesky stuff that happened, and still Bobson has a chance to come back from this situation. SmiteSteel actually won him also on the semi-finals in this tournament. So yeah, he might have this mental advantage, I would say, that gives him a proper hand to actually bit more like freedom, I would say, to experiment with things and adjust some things. So what is this choice of opening? This is double adepts and warp gate, and there's also the probe going for the natural. SmiteSteel meanwhile is patrolling around the Bobson's base. Bobson is going for double stalker, and he is actually building a proxy robotics facility, which means that he's planning for like stalker immortal push, which can be really strong. SmiteSteel is blocking once again with a pylon, the wall off on the natural, and then with the pylon the natural, which could be going down for Bobson over here. But he is actually not really planning for it. The adepts are being sent over the map, and they're actually about to check some places where if there could be some proxies. It's checking over here, but actually the proxy is over here, which is building immortal. There are one stalker already made. There is pylon over here. I think those adepts should be now realizing that something is not right. The probes are being pulled. Are they being pulled for attack, or they are being pulled for the natural to not lose them, is the question. There is another shade. The shade is going to be finished here, and SmiteSteel is going to pick off some probes from Bobson, which tried to out micro his opponent here, but unfortunately without much of success. It's actually 7 workers down the drain, which is terrifying. That's quite a big amount, but meanwhile there is second immortal being made here by Bobson, and he has 4 stalkers, 2 of death here, 2 over here. So SmiteSteel probably noticed that there is no natural, so he's building some shield batteries, and he is actually making Gateway and Twilight Council to make some more units, possibly making Observer in case it could be like Proxy Dark Shrine or something like that. And there comes the Bobson's attack, Bobson's push with Stalkers and 2 Immortals. There are no Immortals for defense. Force fields could be really useful here. There they are, they're dropped. Probes are being pulled, Immortals are free to fire. Bobson is pushing up the ramp. No, he's not, he's deciding to stay with the stuff below. He's warping in more Stalkers, or making more Stalkers in and getting more Immortals in. He shuts down part of the production, big part of production for SmiteSteel, and he is dancing between high ground here on ramp and below, and he actually has killed 16 workers, which is big advantage for him. He's making he's warping in, yeah, he's warping in at adept for the shades to scout out. He has the 3rd immortal over here. This time that force field didn't block off the ramp, and then didn't block off also the top of the ramp, and Bobson takes the win. SmiteSteel taps out. That's equalizer. Let's jump into game 3. There we go. This is supposed to be this one. Everything's fine. Alrighty then. So this is game 3 in best of 5 in the grand finals of Amateur League Tournament week 141. This is Protoss versus Protoss once again, and we are looking at the main base of green Protoss piece player Bobson, and he is playing against his opponent SmiteSteelUA, which is playing blue color Protoss pieces here on the left bottom corner. Third map is taking place on the tokamak, and SmiteSteel is going cheeky. He goes for pylon, he goes for forge, so there is a plan for cannon rush. I have seen it. I have seen cannon rush being executed here on this particular side of this map, which is giving you really nice like preparation for building cannons. SmiteSteel is actually sending his probe like nothing, going a little bit of angle here. So Bobson doesn't seem this suspicious. He is dropping down the second gateway. There comes the second probe of Smite. The second probe should be telling things for SmiteSteel. He's actually not buying it or didn't pay attention to it. No, but for the Bobson. Bobson traps his own probe over here. Now he has blocked off his pylon with a cannon and the gateway, and now he drops the pylon number 2, which is expansion and giving high ground vision for the cannon below, which is finishing right now. And Bobson will find it out really soon and really painful. Oh no, it actually is out of the distance. Now it's not anymore. And there comes the cannon number 2, cannon number 3, and pylon number 3. It's quite common to see these kind of wall-ups from the Protoss players. There are no units being built by Bobson right now, so his defense is he's allowing his defense only on probes here. Okay, they managed to cancel one cannon down, but there is one finished, the another one finished, and then more is being thrown by SmiteSteel. Still no units being provided here. Except Bobson actually is going for proxy Stargate. Will he go for proxy Nexus? Is that the plan? Could that be the plan? It could be. There is Zealot made by SmiteSteel, which is working on production of Bobson, and Bobson is actually going for proxy Nexus. The question is how he can... Yeah, he should not sacrifice his probes much. He should actually be going over the map as soon as possible. Obviously he cannot finish to get recall, but SmiteSteel should obviously cancel these units, because these buildings, because those are giving him money, right? Those are paying money. They're quite expensive, and Bobson is just recalling all his units out, or pretty much asking them to go to the third base, where there is actually Oracle being made right now, which could be a big threat for the SmiteSteel. SmiteSteel is preparing his mineral line with the cannons, so that's not gonna be big advantage. But the thing is that SmiteSteel has 2 more workers than Bobson, and Bobson has not finished his Nexus net yet. So here comes the Revelants. That there is cannons, there are gases going down. They are not natural though, which is quite alright. Well, Bobson should be building like pylon and probably gateways, because now he's in a lot of trouble. There is Cybernetics core, which is being built here behind the mineral line of Bobson's main base, but now we are in between this third base and main base situation. There are gateways being made, and recall being used on the probes, and this Zealot is left with a task to finish off all the buildings of Bobson, which is quite alright move. And Bobson actually is going for Void Ray. I don't know how that works out. I guess if he has double Void Rays, he can make a pain for the SmiteSteel. He's actually shutting out some gas, really good. That's 3 or 4 probes here done by the Oracle. which reduce the gas income from SmiteSteel, and SmiteSteel is actually building like 3 gateways here. He has one here. He's going for warp gate upgrade research to get those, and there is a void ray out. There is another void ray being chrono boosted. Bobson actually decides to go for the zealot here, which could be a thing. And the void ray has been revealed, and that's not actually good, I believe, for Bobson, because the units which SmiteSteel will make will be stalkers, and they might be causing some trouble here. Okay, the chrono boosted gateway was shut down. There is a shield battery, but there is double. Okay, he enabled the alignment. Prismatic alignment, which is the super beam for the void rays, but he enabled it for both of the void rays which he had on the hotkey. The other one was joining in from the behind. There is one more void ray being made, so now there are 2. He's targeting some pylons, which could be good, but soon there will be more stalkers joining in the crowd, in the fray, and that might be troublesome here. This void ray is trying to escape by all means. He's closing. Not much success. And both void rays are being quite hit. Took a lot of hull damage here. Took a hit. There needs to be shield batteries being made by Bobson over here with all the haste he has in his mind. He's actually going for one more expansion over here, which might not be a bad idea, and the shield batteries will feed him. There comes the zealot. Zealot finds out where the Bobson's base actually is being located. There are 5 stalkers, 6 stalkers or 7 already out, which is quite a big number, which I believe void rays will not be able to take on this amount of things. Yep, one of the void rays go down, the full HP one goes down, and the third one also is about to go down in trade, if that's the case, and there it goes down. And GG's called. SmiteSteel takes game number 3. We're jumping into game number 4. Alrighty then. We are on Maganatha, which is a game number 4. No, wait, that's wrong set of things. They are vice versa in different order. No, this is 1, this is 2. There we go. So we are watching at the main base of SmiteSteelUA from Freedom House, which is Ukrainian community, StarCraft 2 community, playing Protoss here in blue colors. And he just before like 5-minute break won game number 3 against his opponent, who is also playing Protoss here in green colors, Bobson. So it's a PvP finals once again. We saw those multiple times. We have seen them in amateur level quite a lot, which is starting to get a little bit boring for me, but well, it is what it is. But these guys really did not have a boring games, and to be honest, I think I casted, it was prestige level, right? Yeah, it was the Void Monthly Prestige, which was the last one posted from the Void Monthly tournaments, and there was quite a banger of PvP of Coast Phoenix winning Matrix, so which is crazy. And yeah, there we go. So still these games could bring some little bit of surprises, but most of the stuff we have already seen. The question is when the things are going to change, when we will have different finals. Well, maybe next week, who knows. Anyways, the openings for both players here are quite similar. They both have sent the probe to block the natural, but interesting enough, SmiteSteel is opening his buildings not next to the ramp. So Bobson now is blocking in the SmiteSteel's probe here and not allowing him to escape and kill him, and going after him by all means. Meanwhile, SmiteSteel is going for double Stalker, Bobson is going for Stalker and Sentry, and Bobson doesn't want the SmiteSteel to block his natural by blocking the ramp, but he actually successfully still blocks his natural by blocking the pylon. So Bobson did cancel the pylon at home, but now his probe is going to suffer without actually being successful in blocking or delaying anything. Funny enough, both of the players are going for the natural about the same time, so there's no much difference. There's the second sentry being made here from the for the Bobson, and he has one Stalker out. The drone advantage right now goes for the SmiteSteel, but I think the tempo that the natural is coming up is still the same. There's actually shield battery being made, I guess. Bobson feels no, but SmiteSteel feels some sort of a threat from Bobson, which actually comes in with hallucinated Phoenix to scout out what kind of units are being made and stuff. There is a Twilight console already almost done for the SmiteSteel, while Bobson just started his own Twilight console. Both are going for warp gates, and SmiteSteel is going actually for blink upgrade first. The question is, who is gonna be faster in the next step? What's gonna be the upgrade that Bobson is going to choose? He's going for robotics facility here on the natural, on the bottom ground. And yeah, he's not prioritizing upgrade in Twilight console in this case. I guess he's deciding to be more defensive. He's making one of hallucinated Phoenix, actually two of them, and scouting for possible proxies. So he's actually doing SmiteSteel here, making hallucinated Phoenix to scout out what kind of units are going to expect him otherwise if he chooses to go for aggression. He scouts the third base, he sees the Stalkers and some sentries. There's the robotics facility finishing up, and probably some immortals will be made, because the assumption is that there is Stalker. Actually, SmiteSteel is going for his own third. He is in front of Bobson by 2 probes here, which means that he has some sort of advantage, and his blink is almost done, while Bobson started his blink only just now. Yes, he's making, actually no, he's making the observer first, to see the invisible units or maybe be able to scout without revealing hallucinated Phoenix, and probably would be going for, yeah, he has hallucinated Phoenix. He's scouting out that there are Stalkers here, and actually he's making Warp Prism out of this robotics facility. He's chrono boosting the blink. I don't know if that's good idea from me personally. SmiteSteel is going for Templar Archives. He is making himself immortal. And there is a little gateway explosion. 4 more gateways going up for Bobson. So he is about to try to push with aggressive Blink Stalkers. Meanwhile, SmiteSteel is going for +1 armor upgrade, going for chargelets, +1 weapons upgrade. So double forge over here. Few more gateways joining in the party. And there is a third base being saturated as much as possible. Bobson pushes out. He's going for much more gateways right now, so that's gonna be 6 gateways joining, along with the Stalkers, with the blink being finished. And SmiteSteel actually gone for Archon somewhere. I have no idea where it is. It's here in the middle, so that's some AoE damage. The question is, what gonna Bobson do? He actually is making some zealots. He's researching some charge, so he could be using them as distraction a little bit, or taking off the power while he is able to snipe the important units, which could be immortals in this case, or 1 immortal, but there is another one coming and joining in. The army supply is in favor of Bobson here for sure. Bobson actually sends the 3 zealots and the force and the sentry here to force field the ramp of the natural, and he's walking in more zealots over here, and he's meanwhile pushing on the third base. Okay, he finds out what kind of stuff is going on, and Bobson force fields his own zealots out of the natural. He's using F2A key, I believe, too much right now, because that's a problematic. He could have sent those zealots in to attack the... Yeah, he finishes the charge. He could have actually done some damage here, I believe, but he chose not to. And he's now going for the third base of SmiteSteel. He snipes down the War Prism of SmiteSteel. Bobson's War Prism is here, ready to resupply the units. He blinks on top of the Archons. I don't think those were the ones really he needed to focus. He doesn't finish it off, unfortunately. He has some Stalkers coming in, some Zealots coming in. The army supply here is in favor of SmiteSteel. He has Defender's advantage. He has third base economy running behind this, which is giving him that much more income and production in. Bobson is warping in some more zealots, and his War Prism unfortunately is going down. He actually got a lot of workers before, I think. It's like 18 workers, 19 workers, and there are more going down if these zealots start killing the probes for SmiteSteel. There they are. Oh, there is Immortal, Stalker. So the worker wise, SmiteSteel still is in front of Bobson. And SmiteSteel finishes his War Prism, so he could go for counterattack right now, although his army supply is a bit lower than Bobson's. Bobson snipes more units and successfully gets a War Prism number 2 for SmiteSteel, and SmiteSteel is making a third War Prism here behind this. So it's Bobson making War Prism, but I think army supply now is in favor of Bobson, and so is workers. So Bobson has the upper hand. Exception is that he doesn't have any upgrades. SmiteSteel has +1 attack and +1 armor, which is giving him a little bit of more advantage, I would say. The question is how big army supply does give. I don't know. It could be different amounts here. Okay. Game has calmed down a little bit. SmiteSteel goes for +2 attack, +2 shields, joins in War Prism to his army, and Bobson goes for attack number 2. He's actually building 2 forges behind this to catch up on the upgrades, which would be really hard, I would say. SmiteSteel has managed to resaturate his natural, and Bobson actually is going for 4th base behind this, and he's bringing his War Prism once again into the main base of SmiteSteel, which could be bringing him some results if he does things the right way. Bobson reveals his attack here, and he sends in Zealots. Now he did split them a little bit apart, and he has some in the natural, some in the main base. The main base is not actually on the probes, it's actually for some reason killing the pylons here, and the other attack group didn't do much. There Bobson finally decides to go for some economy of main base and try to kill off maybe the pylon here to delay the upgrades, which are being chrono boosted out. That he successfully does. He has this position very well defended, and War Prism is actually warping in more zealots here. More chargelots are being made. There is a lot of pylons being made here by SmiteSteel. He's delaying, and there is the third base under attack by some zealots and some blink stalkers. The army supply is in favor of Bobson. He has more workers, more economy. He has this War Prism once again. He can make more units and just try to attack. Those Archons are really something. Yeah, the upgrades were delayed, the +2/+2, and Bobson will finish his +1/+1 right about now. He has the 4th base, which is giving him that economical advantage. He has bigger income, more unit production, I believe, which is giving that much of an edge. The question is, what's it gonna be? Pretty much the +2/+2 is going to finish. There's like 5 Archons here, which is good against gateway units in particular. So Bobson might have a troublesome, and Bobson is starting +2/+2 and going for another poke-in. The War Prism is being chased by the whole army. There's War Prism by SmiteSteel also joining in the party. SmiteSteel is trying to snipe down the War Prism of Bobson, which he successfully does. So these charge lots will also be stopped. Bobson actually snipes down the third base for the SmiteSteel. So he's putting himself even bigger ahead, bigger advantage, and might be leading into the Deciders match. The question is, will the mass Archon, which SmiteSteel is providing, be able to do the damage required if the counterattack is going out, which is, he has the army advantage. He has like more army supply. Bobson has his own Archon over here, but that's only one. There is much more stuff coming here from the SmiteSteel. He has a +2/+2, which is 1 upgrade advantage, and he has advantage in army supply. And yeah, Bobson is trying to snipe down the Archons one by one, but he is leaving his third base completely alone and unprotected. And he's just ditching his third base to get more Archons out himself, actually. There are 2 more Archons joining in the party over here. There's no gas here being mined in the natural, that's interesting. But yeah, this 4th base now is revealed. There is War Prism also behind this for Bobson, but I don't think he will have time to use it right now, because he's in lots of trouble. Here comes the army of SmiteSteel. There is +2/+2 about to finish for Bobson over here. That blink was something, I have no idea. The probes are being pulled to attack towards the army, but there's like 5 Archons. Archons are doing a big AoE damage, which is really painful, and Bobson Call GG. SmiteSteel takes game number 4 and he wins the whole tournament. Congratulations SmiteSteel with another W in the pocket.